First contact at Galactic Academy. The crystalline spires of the Galactic Academy glimmered in the light of three setting suns, their iridescent surfaces reflecting a kaleidoscope of colors across the sprawling campus. Zalara, a young centaurian with shimmering blue skin and delicate antennae, hurried through the crowded corridors, her six-fingered hands clutching a datapad tightly to her chest. It was the first day of the new academic cycle, and excitement buzzed through the air like static electricity. As she entered the grand auditorium, Zalara's large, multifaceted eyes widened at the sight of hundreds of alien species from across the galaxy. Some floated gracefully on anti-gravity fields, others slithered on multiple appendages, and a few even phased in and out of visible existence. She found a seat next to her best friend, Crix, a gelatinous Vorelian whose body rippled with patterns of bioluminescence. "Can you believe we're finally here?" Zalara whispered, her antenna twitching with excitement. "The most prestigious academy in the galaxy." Crix's body pulsed in agreement. "I heard they're accepting a new species this cycle. Some backwater planet called Earth is sending their first student." Before Zalara could respond, a hush fell over the crowd as the Academy's headmaster, a towering Arcturian with 4 arms and gleaming silver skin, took the stage. His booming voice filled the auditorium without the need for amplification. "Esteemed students, faculty, and honored guests, welcome to another cycle at the Galactic Academy. As always, we strive to bring together the brightest minds from across the cosmos to share knowledge, foster understanding, and advance our collective civilizations." The headmaster paused, his eyes sweeping across the audience. "This cycle, we have the privilege of welcoming a new species to our ranks. From a recently discovered planet in the Sol system, please join me in greeting our first human student, Alex Chen." All eyes turned to a figure rising from the front row. Zalara leaned forward, curiosity overcoming her usual reserve. The human was unremarkable. Bipedal, with pinkish-brown skin and a tuft of dark fur on top of its head. It lacked any obvious adaptations for survival: no claws, no enhanced sensory organs, not even a proper exoskeleton. As Alex Chen walked to the stage, Zalara heard murmurs of surprise and disappointment ripple through the crowd. The human moved with an awkward gait, nothing like the graceful levitation or efficient locomotion of more advanced species. "Greetings, fellow students," Alex said, voice surprisingly steady despite the scrutiny. "I'm honored to represent Earth at this esteemed institution. We may be new to the galactic community, but we're eager to learn and contribute in any way we can." Zalara felt a twinge of something unfamiliar. Was it pity? Or perhaps a touch of superiority? How could this primitive creature hope to compete at the academy? As the orientation continued, Zalara found her attention repeatedly drawn to the human. Alex seemed to struggle with even basic technology, fumbling with a holoprojector and looking lost during discussions of faster-than-light travel theory. Later, in a dining hall, Zalara overheard a group of senior students discussing the newcomer. "Did you see how it couldn't even operate a simple matter replicator?" One laughed, their tentacles waving in amusement. "I heard their planet hasn't even achieved unified government yet." Another chimed in. "They still fight wars among themselves." Zalara felt a mix of emotions. Part of her wanted to defend the human. After all, every species had to start somewhere. But a larger part reveled in the feeling of superiority. Her own people had achieved interstellar travel millennia ago. Surely, she was justified in looking down on this primitive newcomer. As the first week of classes progressed, Zalara found herself paired with Alex for a xenobiology project. She approached the human with a mixture of resignation and curiosity. "Hello, Alex Chen of Earth," she said, trying to keep the condescension out of her voice. "I am Zalara. We will be working together on the comparative anatomy assignment." Alex looked up, brown eyes meeting Zalara's compound gaze. "Nice to meet you, Zalara. I'm looking forward to learning from you. Earth's biology is probably pretty different from what you're used to." Zalara was taken aback by the human's earnestness. Yes, well, let's begin with a basic scan. Please step into the imaging chamber. As Alex complied, Zalara activated the advanced scanning equipment. Holographic representations of the human's internal systems sprang to life, rotating slowly in the air between them. Fascinating, Zalara murmured, despite herself. Your circulatory system is remarkably inefficient, yet somehow effective. And your neural pathways. She trailed off, antenna twitching in confusion. What about them? Alex asked, a hint of defensiveness creeping into their voice. Zalara hesitated. They're chaotic, unpredictable. Nothing like the ordered systems I'm used to seeing. How do you manage complex thought with such a haphazard arrangement? Alex shrugged, a gesture Zalara was coming to recognize as uniquely human. It works for us. Maybe there's something to be said for a little chaos. As they continued their analysis, Zalara found herself increasingly intrigued by the human's biology. Yes, it was primitive in many ways, but there were also surprising adaptations and redundancies that hinted at a species forged by harsh evolutionary pressures. Their work was interrupted by a commotion in the hall outside. Students were gathered around a malfunctioning grav lift, which sparked and sputtered ominously. A young Medusan was trapped inside, its gelatinous body quivering in distress. Someone get a techno-mage, a voice called out. But before anyone could move, Alex was already striding towards the lift. Wait, Zalara called out. You can't possibly know how to fix that. Alex ignored her, reaching into a pocket and pulling out a small metal tool. With quick, decisive movements, the human pried open a panel and began manipulating the internal components. Zalara watched in astonishment as Alex's hands moved with surprising dexterity, bypassing safety protocols and rerouting power in ways that seemed to defy the lift's design. Within minutes, the lift hummed back to life, gently lowering the grateful Medusan to safety. As the crowd dispersed, Zalara approached Alex, her antenna quivering with a mix of confusion and newfound respect. How did you do that? You shouldn't have the knowledge to interface with our technology. Alex smiled, a gesture that Zalara was beginning to find less alien. We might not have the most advanced tech, but humans are pretty good at figuring things out on the fly. Sometimes not knowing the right way to do something lets you see solutions others might miss. For the first time since meeting the human, Zalara felt a glimmer of doubt in her preconceptions. There was clearly more to this species than met the eye. As they walked back to the lab, Alex casually asked, So, want to tell me more about those chaotic neural pathways of mine? I've got a feeling they might come in handy around here. Zalara found herself nodding, her scientific curiosity piqued. Perhaps there was something to learn from this human after all. As they resumed their work, she couldn't shake the feeling that her encounter with Alex Chen might be the beginning of something far more significant than a simple school project. Little did Zalara know, this was just the first of many surprises that Alex and humanity would bring to the Galactic Academy, surprises that would challenge everything she thought she knew about the cosmos and her place in it. The Quantum Conundrum. The twin moons of Zephyria cast an ethereal glow over the Galactic Academy's quantum mechanics lab. Zalara's antenna twitched nervously as she calibrated the hypersensitive equipment. Today's class promised to be particularly challenging. They were attempting to manipulate subatomic particles across dimensional barriers, a feat that even some of the most advanced races in the galaxy found daunting. All right, class, Professor Xylith announced, his holographic form flickering slightly. Today, we'll be conducting the Schrödinger-Heisenberg experiment. Remember, precision is key. One miscalculation could theoretically tear a hole in the fabric of spacetime. Zalara glanced at Alex, who stood nearby, looking surprisingly calm. Over the past few weeks, she had come to respect the human's unique problem-solving abilities, but surely this was beyond their capabilities. As the students began the experiment, the air crackled with unseen energies. Zalara manipulated the controls with her six-fingered hands, carefully adjusting the quantum field generators. Suddenly, her console erupted in a shower of sparks. Containment field failing, she cried out, panic evident in her voice. The air shimmered ominously as reality itself seemed to warp around them. Without hesitation, Alex leaped into action. To Zalara's astonishment, the human began rewiring the system on the fly, fingers moving with incredible speed and precision. "What are you doing?" Zalara hissed. "You'll cause a quantum cascade." Alex's eyes were focused, a slight smile playing on their lips. "Trust me, I've got a hunch." As alarms blared and other students backed away in fear, Alex made one final adjustment. Suddenly, the chaotic energy stabilized, coalescing into a shimmering sphere of pure possibility. Professor Xolith's hologram flickered in shock. "Impossible. You've created a stable quantum singularity. But how?" Alex shrugged, that enigmatic human gesture that still puzzled Zalaura. "I just applied a little chaos theory. Sometimes you need to embrace unpredictability to find order." As the class crowded around to observe the miraculous phenomenon, Zalaura pulled Alex aside. "That was incredible," she admitted, "but it defies everything we know about quantum mechanics. How could you possibly have known it would work?" Alex's expression turned serious. "Zalaura, there's something you should know about humans and Earth. We're not just some primitive newcomers to the galactic stage. Our history, it's complicated." Before Alex could elaborate, a piercing alarm cut through the air. The Academy's emergency broadcast system activated, projecting a giant hologram in the center of the room. "Attention all students and faculty," the headmaster's grave voice echoed. "We have received word of an imminent threat to the galaxy. An ancient species known as the Void Harbingers has awakened from eons of dormancy. That entropy-based technology threatens to unravel the very fabric of our universe." Gasps and murmurs of fear rippled through the assembled students. Zalaura felt a chill run down her spine. The Void Harbingers were thought to be nothing more than a myth, a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked technological advancement. "All senior students are hereby conscripted into the Galactic Defense Force," the headmaster continued. "You will be briefed on the situation and deployed to key strategic locations across the galaxy." As chaos erupted around them, Zalaura turned to Alex, questions burning in her mind. But the human's expression had changed, a look of grim determination replacing their usual easygoing demeanor. "I was afraid this day would come," Alex muttered, almost to themselves. "What do you mean?" Zalaura demanded. "What aren't you telling me?" Alex met her gaze, brown eyes filled with a wisdom that seemed far beyond their years. "The Void Harbingers aren't just a threat to the galaxy, Zalaura. They're the reason humanity has been isolated for so long. We've been preparing for this moment for millennia." Zalaura's mind reeled at the implications. "But how? Your species only achieved spaceflight recently. You're still using combustion engines for interplanetary travel." A wry smile crossed Alex's face. "That's what we wanted the galaxy to believe. The truth is, Earth has been hiding its true capabilities. We're the descendants of an ancient race that fought the Void Harbingers eons ago. Our primitive technology? It's a cover designed to keep us off their radar until we were ready to face them again." As if to emphasize the point, Alex pulled out a small device unlike anything Zalaura had ever seen. With a flick of their wrist, it expanded into an advanced energy weapon that hummed with barely contained power. "Humanity has been the galaxy's secret guardians all along," Alex explained. "And now it's time for us to step out of the shadows and finish what our ancestors started." Zalaura's antenna quivered with a mix of shock, awe, and a twinge of betrayal. Everything she thought she knew about humans had been turned on its head. Yet, as she looked at Alex, this supposed primitive who had consistently defied expectations, she felt a glimmer of hope. "So, what happens now?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Alex's expression softened, a hint of their familiar warmth returning. "Now we fight, but we can't do it alone. The Void Harbingers are unlike anything this galaxy has faced before. We'll need every race, every unique perspective and ability if we're going to have a chance. As if on cue, the Academy's central spire began to transform, revealing a hidden launch bay filled with sleek, advanced starships that put even the most cutting-edge galactic designs to shame. "Care to help save the universe?" Alex asked, extending a hand to Zalara. For a moment, Zalara hesitated. Everything she had believed about her place in the cosmos, about the hierarchy of galactic civilizations, had been shattered. Yet, as she looked at Alex, this human who had become her friend, who had challenged her preconceptions at every turn, she felt a surge of excitement and purpose. With a determined nod, Zalara took Alex's hand. "Let's show these void harbingers what happens when they mess with our galaxy." As they raced towards the launch bay, Zalara couldn't help but marvel at the turn of events. She had started this academic cycle looking down on a supposedly primitive species. Now she was about to embark on an adventure beyond her wildest dreams, with humanity leading the charge against an ancient, universe-threatening evil. The galaxy would never be the same, and neither would she. The Quantum Nexus Gambit. The sleek, obsidian hull of the HSS Defiant sliced through the quantum foam of hyperspace, its advanced engines humming with barely contained power. Zalara stood on the bridge, her multifaceted eyes wide with wonder as she took in the array of technology that put even the Galactic Academy's most advanced systems to shame. Alex sat in the captain's chair, fingers dancing over holographic controls with practiced ease. Approaching the Andromeda Nexus, they announced, "Prepare for reversion to normal space." As the ship decelerated, reality seemed to bend and twist around them. Zalara's antenna quivered, picking up strange energies she had never encountered before. With a flash of prismatic light, they emerged into a vast, star-studded expanse. Before them loomed a structure that defied comprehension, the Quantum Nexus. It was a massive, ever-shifting lattice of pure energy, pulsing with the power of 1 billion suns. Streams of data and matter flowed through its intricate pathways, connecting distant parts of the universe in ways that shouldn't be possible. By the cosmic weave, Zalara breathed. "What is this place?" Alex's expression was grim. "This is the linchpin of our defense against the Void Harbingers. The Quantum Nexus allows us to manipulate the fundamental forces of the universe itself. It's our best hope for stopping the entropy wave that's consuming entire galaxies." As if on cue, a shockwave of absolute darkness rippled across the starfield, extinguishing countless stars in its wake. The Void Harbinger's entropy field was growing stronger. "We're not alone," a voice called out. Crix, Zalara's Vorelian friend, was monitoring the long-range sensors. His gelatinous body pulsed with anxiety. Multiple bogies incoming. Energy signatures match known Void Harbinger craft. Alex nodded, face set with determination. "This is it, team. Everything we've trained for. Zalara, I need you on the quantum harmonics. Your species' natural affinity for multi-dimensional thinking is crucial. Crix, your ability to process vast amounts of data will be key to predicting the Harbinger's movements." As the crew sprang into action, Zalara marveled at how quickly they had adapted to this new reality. Just weeks ago, there were students worried about exams. Now, they were the last line of defense against cosmic annihilation. The first wave of Void Harbinger ships emerged from the darkness. Twisted, organic-looking vessels that seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it. They moved with unnatural speed, defying the laws of physics. "Evasive maneuvers," Alex shouted. The Defiant responded instantly, weaving through a barrage of entropy beams that threatened to unravel its very atomic structure. Zalara's hands flew over her console, adjusting the ship's quantum harmonics to match the fluctuations of the Nexus. "Alex, I have an idea," she called out. "If we can synchronize our shields with the Nexus's energy frequency, we might be able to create a feedback loop that disrupts the Harbinger's weapons." Alex grinned. "That's brilliant. Do it." As Zalara implemented her plan, the ship began to glow with an otherworldly light. The next volley of entropy beams glanced off their shields, dissipating harmlessly into space. It's working. Crix burbled excitedly. But they're adapting. We need something more. Alex's eyes lit up with that uniquely human spark of inspiration. What if we don't just defend? What if we use the Nexus to launch a counterattack? That's impossible, Zalara protested. The energy required would tear us apart. Impossible is just another word for hasn't been done yet, Alex replied with a wink. Crix, calculate the optimal power transfer ratios. Zalara, prepare to channel the Nexus's energy through our main defector. We're going to give these cosmic killjoys a taste of their own medicine. As the Void Harbingers closed in, the Defiant began to pulse with unimaginable power. Zalara felt the energy coursing through her very being, her consciousness expanding to encompass realities she never knew existed. Now, Alex shouted. A beam of pure creation erupted from the Defiant, tearing through the fabric of space-time itself. It struck the lead Harbinger ship, and for a moment, nothing seemed to happen. Then, with a silent flash that outshone entire galaxies, the enemy vessel imploded, taking half the Harbinger fleet with it. The bridge erupted in cheers, but the celebration was short-lived. The remaining Harbinger ships began to coalesce, merging into a single monstrous entity that dwarfed even the quantum nexus. A booming voice echoed through their minds, ancient and terrible. Foolish the Ailadiorian of creation. Your resistance is futile. Enter your PUI is the natural state of the universe. Surrender to the void. Alex stood, eyes blazing with defiance. Humanity didn't hide for millennia just to give up now. We are the guardians of life, the champions of creation, and we do not surrender. As the colossal Void Harbinger bore down on them, Alex turned to Zalara and Crix. I need your help. Every species in the galaxy has a unique perspective, a piece of the cosmic puzzle. Together, we might just have a chance. Zalara nodded, feeling a surge of pride and purpose. This was why the Galactic Academy existed, not just to share knowledge, but to bring together the best of every civilization to face challenges no one could overcome alone. What's the plan? She asked, antenna quivering with anticipation. Alex's grin was part excitement, part terror. We're going to rewrite the laws of physics. Right here, right now. Care to make some history? As the final battle for the fate of the universe began, Zalara realized that her journey had only just begun. The galaxy was vaster, stranger, and more wonderful than she had ever imagined. And humanity, far from being primitive, might just be the key to unlocking its greatest mysteries. With a deep breath, she plunged into the cosmic dance, ready to help shape the destiny of all creation. The cosmic code breakers. The quantum nexus pulsed with chaotic energy as the gargantuan Void Harbinger loomed over the HS Defiant. Time itself seemed to slow as Alex, Zalara, and Crix faced the ultimate challenge of their lives. Rewrite the laws of physics. Are you insane? Zalara's antenna twitched frantically. Even the most advanced civilizations in the galaxy haven't managed that. Alex's eyes sparkled with that uniquely human blend of madness and genius. That's because they're thinking in linear terms. We need to go full quantum. Crix's gelatinous form rippled with nervous excitement. I think I see where you're going with this, Alex. We're not just going to change the rules, we're going to create a whole new game. Exactly. Alex exclaimed, fingers flying over the ship's holographic interface. The Void Harbingers operate on the principle of entropy, right? So what if we introduce a new fundamental force? One that thrives on creation and complexity rather than decay. Zalara's mind reeled at the implications. But how? We'd need to access the underlying code of the universe itself. Alex grinned, tapping a hidden panel on the ship's console. A strange, crystalline device emerged, an object that seemed to exist in multiple dimensions simultaneously. Meet the Cosmic Codex, Alex explained. Humanity's greatest secret. It's a key to the quantum substrate of reality. With it, we can alter the very fabric of existence. As the Void Harbinger's massive form blotted out the stars, tendrils of entropic energy reaching towards them, Alex turned to his alien friends. I can't do this alone. Zalara, your multidimensional perception is crucial. Crix, your data processing abilities are unparalleled. Together, we might just have a chance. Without hesitation, Zalara and Crix moved to Alex's side. As they touched the cosmic codex, their consciousnesses expanded beyond the confines of physical reality. Suddenly, they could see the universe for what it truly was, an intricate tapestry of information, probability, and potentiality. Focus. Alex's voice echoed through their merged minds. We need to introduce a new variable into the cosmic equation, something that counters entropy with growth, decay with renewal. Zalara's compound eyes perceived patterns beyond human comprehension. There, she exclaimed, I see a gap in the quantum foam, a place where we can anchor our new force. Crix's consciousness flowed through rivers of data, calculating possibilities faster than any computer. Got it. I found a stable configuration that won't collapse the multiverse. Probably. As one, they began to weave their new cosmic force into the fabric of reality. It was like writing a poem in a language that hadn't been invented yet, composing music from the vibrations of quarks. The Void Harbinger sensed the change, its vast form shuddering in what might have been fear. What are you doing? Its thunderous voice boomed across space and time. This DFI is the natural order. We're evolving the natural order, Alex replied, his voice strained with effort. Life isn't just about surviving. It's about thriving, growing, becoming more than we were. As they worked, strange phenomena began to manifest around them. Stars that had been extinguished by the entropy wave flickered back to life. Planets reformed from cosmic dust. Entire galaxies spiraled into new, breathtakingly complex formations. The Void Harbinger writhed, its entropic energy clashing with the new force of creation. Impossible. We are inevitable. We are the end of all things. No, Zalara said, her voice resonating with newfound power. You're just another part of the cycle, and cycles can be broken. With a final, monumental effort, they completed their cosmic reprogramming. A wave of iridescent energy burst forth from the quantum nexus, washing over the universe. Where it touched, new life bloomed. Dead worlds sprang forth with alien jungles. Nebulae coalesced into nurseries for newborn stars. The Void Harbinger's massive form began to unravel, its very essence transforming. What is hey PP9 to US? Crix's gelatinous form pulsed with excitement. You're evolving. Entropy and creation in perfect balance. A new form of existence. As they watched in awe, the Void Harbinger dissolved into billions of shimmering particles. These swirled and coalesced, taking on new forms, celestial beings of light and dark, order and chaos, perfectly balanced. One of these new entities approached the Defiant. Its voice was like music from the dawn of time. We understand now. The universe is not meant for endings, but for eternal renewal. Thank you for showing us a new way. As the transformed harbingers dispersed across the cosmos, seeding new life and possibilities, Alex, Zalara, and Crix found themselves back on the bridge of the Defiant. They looked at each other in stunned silence, forever changed by their experience. Zalara was the first to speak. So, what do we do now? Alex laughed, a sound of pure joy and relief. Now we explore. We've just rewritten the laws of physics. Imagine what's out there waiting to be discovered. Crix burbled in agreement. The Galactic Academy is going to need some major curriculum updates. As they set a course for the unknown, Zalara reflected on how far they'd come. From dismissing humans as primitive to helping them save and reshape the entire universe, it had been quite a semester. The stars stretched before them, each one promising new adventures, new challenges, and new opportunities to grow. Humanity had kept its promise as the secret guardians of the galaxy. But now, with the combined strengths of all sentient species, they were ready to become something even greater, the architects of a brighter cosmic future. Zalara smiled, her antennae quivering with excitement. The universe was vast, wonderful, and now more full of possibilities than ever before, and they were just getting started. The nexus of infinite possibilities. The HSS Defiant drifted through an uncharted region of space, its sensors struggling to make sense of the new cosmic landscape. The universe, reshaped by their actions at the quantum nexus, pulsed with unfamiliar energies and impossible phenomena. Zalara stood at the ship's observation deck, her compound eyes reflecting a kaleidoscope of colors from a nearby neutron star that seemed to be singing. "I never imagined I'd see anything like this," she murmured, antennae twitching with a mix of awe and trepidation. Alex joined her, a thoughtful expression on their face. "We've opened Pandora's box, haven't we? The universe is more alive than ever, but also more unpredictable." Crix's gelatinous form rippled nearby, absorbing and processing data at an incredible rate. "You won't believe the readings I'm getting," he burbled excitedly. "It's as if every planet, every star system, is evolving at an accelerated rate. We're witnessing millions of years of cosmic evolution in real time." Their contemplation was interrupted by a sudden alarm. The ship's AOA, materialized as a holographic projection. "Captain, I'm detecting a massive energy surge directly ahead. It appears to be a tear in the fabric of spacetime." Before they could react, the Defiant was engulfed in a blinding light. When it faded, they found themselves in a realm beyond comprehension. Fractals of reality spiraled in every direction, each one a window into different timelines, alternate universes, and dimensions that defied logic. "Where are we?" Zalara gasped, her multifaceted eyes struggling to process the information overload. A voice, both familiar and utterly alien, echoed around them. "Welcome to the nexus of infinite possibilities." A figure materialized before them. It was Alex, but not quite. This version seemed older, wiser, and shimmered with an energy that suggested they were more than merely human. "I am what you might become," the entity explained. "One of countless potential futures shaped by the choices you make here and now." Crix's form pulsed with curiosity. "Are you saying we've transcended our original forms?" The Alex entity nodded. "In many timelines, yes. The rewriting of cosmic law has opened pathways to evolution beyond anything we could have imagined. But it has also created new challenges, new threats to the balance of existence itself." As if to emphasize the point, the fractals around them shuddered. Glimpses of horrifying realities flashed by, worlds consumed by living darkness, civilizations enslaved by godlike AIs, entire galaxies collapsing into singularities of pure thought. "The multiverse is destabilizing," the entity continued. "The barriers between realities are weakening. If left unchecked, the collapse could undo everything we fought to protect." Zalara's antenna drooped. "So we saved the universe from entropy, I'll need to doom it to chaos. How can we possibly fix this?" The Alex entity smiled enigmatically. "The same way you rewrote the laws of physics, with cooperation, creativity, and the unique strengths of every sentient species." "You mean?" Alex's eyes widened with realization. "Yes," the entity confirmed. "It's time to create the multiversal accord, a cosmic council of all sentient beings, working together to maintain the delicate balance of infinite realities." Crix bubbled with excitement. A project of truly galactic scale. But how do we even begin? The entity waved a hand, and the fractals coalesced into a shimmering gateway. "Through here, you'll find representatives from every major civilization across the multiverse. Some will be allies, others adversaries. Your task is to unite them, to show them that our strength lies in our diversity." Alex squared their shoulders, a familiar glint of determination in their eyes. "Well, gang, looks like the fate of all existence rests on our diplomatic skills. No pressure, right? Zalaura chittered with nervous laughter. And here I thought rewriting physics was the hard part. As they prepared to step through the portal, the Alex entity held up a hand. Remember, the choices you make here will echo across eternity. The multiversal accord is not just about preserving reality, it's about shaping the very nature of existence itself. Choose wisely. With a deep breath, Alex, Zalaura, and Crix stepped into the swirling vortex. They emerged into a vast chamber that defied Euclidean geometry. Gathered before them were beings of every conceivable form, energy constructs, living planets, hive minds, and entities that existed in multiple times simultaneously. Delegates of the multiverse, Alex's voice rang out, steady despite the overwhelming scene. We stand at a crossroads of cosmic proportions. Our actions have unleashed both wonders and terrors beyond imagination. But I believe that together, we can forge a path to a brighter future for all realities. As Alex spoke, Zalaura marveled at how far they'd come. From a skeptical student dismissing humans as primitive, she now stood beside one as they addressed the assembled consciousness of all possible worlds. Crix extended his sensory tendrils, absorbing the incredible diversity of thought and experience in the room. The potential here is staggering, he murmured. If we can harness it, there's no challenge we couldn't overcome. The negotiations that followed were unlike anything in the history of any universe. Ideas were exchanged not just through words, but through the direct sharing of experiences, emotions, and entire lifetimes of knowledge. Zalaura found herself acting as a bridge between wildly different modes of thought, her multidimensional perception allowing her to grasp concepts that would break lesser minds. Crix's incredible data processing abilities were pushed to their limits as he worked to find optimal solutions that would benefit all realities. And at the center of it all was Alex, their innate human adaptability and creativity shining like a beacon. They proposed ideas that seemed insane at first glance, but proved revolutionary upon deeper examination. Days, weeks, or possibly eons passed. Time had little meaning in this place between worlds. But gradually, a framework began to take shape. The multiversal accord would not just be a governing body, but a living, evolving entity that adapted to the needs of all realities. As the final details were hashed out, a palpable sense of hope filled the impossible chamber. Representatives from civilizations that had been mortal enemies found common ground. Beings of pure energy and those of solid matter discovered shared goals. The barriers between realities became bridges of cooperation and understanding. With a final, resounding agreement, the multiversal accord was ratified. A wave of energy pulsed outward, stabilizing the fracturing multiverse and opening new pathways of communication and collaboration between all sentient species. As the delegates dispersed, returning to their respective realities with a newfound sense of purpose, Alex turned to Zalaura and Crix. Their eyes shimmered with tears of joy and exhaustion. "We did it," Alex said softly. "We really did it." Zalaura's antenna quivered with emotion. "It's more than that, Alex. We've ushered in a new age of cosmic evolution. The universe, no, the multiverse, will never be the same." Crix's form pulsed with contentment, and to think, it all started with a human transfer student at the Galactic Academy. I guess we all had a lot to learn about not judging by appearances. As they prepared to return to their own reality, now forever changed, Alex grinned at his friends. "So, what's our next impossible challenge?" Zalaura laughed, a sound full of joy and limitless possibility. "With the entire multiverse as our playground, I'd say the adventure is just beginning." The HSS Defiant shimmered back into existence in their home universe, but its crew was forever transformed. They had become more than students, more than heroes. They were now the guardians of infinite possibilities, the architects of a new cosmic order. As they set a course for the unknown, Zalaura reflected on the incredible journey that had brought them to this point. From dismissing humans as primitive to helping reshape the very fabric of reality, it had been one unforgettable semester at the Galactic Academy. The stars stretched out before them, each one a gateway to new adventures, new challenges, and new opportunities to grow. Humanity had kept its promise as the secret guardians of the galaxy. But now, with the combined strengths of all sentient species across all realities, they were ready to become something even greater, the caretakers of a brighter, infinite future. Zalara smiled, her antennae quivering with excitement. The multiverse was vast, wonderful, and now more full of possibilities than ever before, and they were just getting started. As the Defiant leaped into hyperspace, carrying its crew towards their next impossible mission, one thing was certain: the greatest adventure in the history of all existence had only just begun.